If you see these signs in your life, if you see these 5 signs in your life, know that you're actually trapped in poverty. And poverty is not just about money, it's about the mindset. I always tell people that you have to think it here first of all before it happens to come to your hand, before it appears here. So if you see these signs in your life, know that poverty has actually defeated you through the mindset you already have, and you're not ready to drop it. And until you change that very thing, you will keep repeating the same cycle. Number one is fear. You are always scared. Everything intimidates you. Your self-esteem is very low. You don't believe in yourself. That is poverty speaking. That is the voice and language of poverty speaking. It is actually taking control, living inside of you rent-free. And until you break that very fear by renewing your mind, you will remain trapped and stuck in poverty. Nothing breeds poverty like fear. Number two, you are easily distracted. Distraction is your thing. I always tell people, poor people are always distracted. You need clarity to get to success. Riches and wealth is not something you just go to and say, I want you now. It must come to you if you are ready. It is a gift from God, not just from any source. So for a distracted mind, you can never get clarity to get to it. And because you're easily distracted, you don't recognize opportunities when they come. Opportunities come to you, but instead of seeing them as God's gift or God's opportunities, you see them as traps. I don't know who won't trap you. I don't know what you are scared of. You're always scared of getting into trouble. The trouble you're already in, you are in the trouble, life perpetual trouble of poverty. You are still waiting what happened to you. Every opportunity that comes, you always have reasons to dissect it, to analyze it, how it's going to affect you, how it's going to ruin you. What is ruining you more than poverty that you're already in? You have the time to dissect the risk, how it's going to put you in trouble. You don't have the time to dissect how you are going to get yourself out of poverty. It is selective thinking. The kind of thinking that brings high BP in your life, frustration. You're not thinking right. Poverty is not just the lack of money, it's the lack of deep thought. I keep saying this. Number three, you don't know God. I should have kept this one as the number one, but I have reasons of keeping number three. You don't know God, which is the most dangerous one. God knows you, but you don't know him. There's no human being on earth that God destined to be poor with all the wiring from here to here. Poverty is man-made. Even in chaos, even in countries that are in trouble, God still sends light to people to grow, to succeed. He's there for those who think. He's there for those who don't think. How your problem is compounded is that you don't think. You don't even use here. But at the same time, you don't know God. If you at least know God, God will help you, bring you people closer to the opportunity. If you don't think, that's how God loves people. If you don't use here, if you haven't really figured out your life very well, God will help you if you're intentional with your life. He's going to bring people closer to you to help you think properly. Our blessings most of the time hides in network. The network will keep, but then you avoid both the good network because you are scared of the opportunities that comes in this way. God has been very kind to everyone. That is the reason why even in the Bible, there is espo there. What is the 10 Commandments doing there? Do you necessarily need the 10 Commandments to know that you don't need to hurt me? Do you necessarily need the 10 Commandments in the Bible to know that if you betray someone that is very close to you, you are going to live with the guilt for the rest of your life? But in the Bible, do not hurt, do not kill. So you need to read the Bible before you know that you don't have to kill. Because when we mention killing, it seems as though it is only those who actually stab people or, but once you betray people who have actually trusted you so much, you've killed a part of them that God used to bring light in your life. So you don't need the 10 Commandments to know that you are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. The conscience is there. That is the power of the conscience. That is the first commandment. Anything that you are doing right now, the conscience is always there to tell you that you are doing the right or the wrong thing. Number 4, you are easily influenced. You are not discerning. And that is because you are distracted. It still falls back to that very thing I'm saying. You are distracted. Any distracted person will not seek success because it takes clarity to get to success. Go to many poor people, many places that poor people are scattered all over. You get to realize that they have one thing in common: distraction. They are kings and queens of dramas. They are always interested in gossip, idle talks. They are interested in other people's life more than their life. They hardly think deeply. They have too many friends, noise that influence them. They easily get influenced. They are not discerning. They hardly think things through with their mind, independently. Any single thing that seems like difficulty, challenge, they bring it out to the open to people. They haven't really figured out their lives first. And they give you advice that will influence you, that's going to make you even more trapped in poverty. Be selective with what you hear. Be selective with what you internalize. Or you have no drive, you have no motivation, no hunger. Nothing moves you. You wake up and let things happen just like that. You say whatever will be, and that's it. That's foolishness. That's laziness. That's not faith. That is poverty speaking. Because even if you claim you have values or ego without drive, you will remain stuck in poverty. It's not by church or chore. If it's by church or chore, a lot of people will be rich. Poverty is not God's plan for you. Poverty is not holiness and will never be. Poverty is man-made, and if you are still hiding under that fear, still rejecting opportunities, distracted, still faithless, and still without drive, then you're not poor by mistake, you are poor by choice. All these signs and more, if you have all these signs kept somewhere, you're seeing the signs in your life, trust me when I say, even God is aware that you are poor and is not ready to help you. Because the opportunities that are coming your way are ungodly. But the problem is that you are too distracted, you are too fearful, you are less discerning, you don't know God. That is the reason why they keep slipping out of your hands. For many of you, God have actually shown you different signs, giving you different indicators to tell you that I'm in the path to help you. But many of you want a finished product. That's distraction. Many of you want or feel that the blessings of God will always come very packaged. That is how God works. God blessings will come like hard work, start with. It will come like a challenge. It will come like pain. That is why many people actually turn their pain into purpose. Why haven't you heard that many people turn their pain into purpose? You are turning your pain into pain and pain. Many people think that believing in God or having faith in God has to do with carrying Bible, it's more practical than you can say. So if you are saying these signs and you have been praying, visiting church, visiting everywhere, asking God to help people, listen, don't say that God doesn't answer prayer. Look at people God is blessing. Keep saying that God doesn't remember me. God remembers every single person, even the sinners. So if God is remembering the sinners, what about you? You people don't think. Is your situation the worst? No. Then if your situation is not the worst, why are you still in that position? It's all about you. Now you keep yourself there. You are the architect of everything. In fact, your family has been the architect. You took over. You inherited nothing but hopelessness. I still don't want to do anything about it. I'm talking to many of you.